There is a reason some people always seem to be ahead. Better finances, more freedom, less stress. It is not the economy. It is not their salary. It is one habit repeated quietly when nobody is watching. They do the slightly harder thing, and they have done it so many times it stopped being a choice and became who they are. Hot take. The economy is not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. Yes, things are more expensive, but most people were spending badly long before prices went up. The real problem is not inflation. It is that nobody taught us how to manage money. And it shows. $40 a week on food delivery. That sounds small. That is $160 a month. That is almost $1,600 a year on convenience. Then add the subscriptions you forgot about, the impulse buys, the Uber instead of the bus, the convenience fees on everything. Every one of those was the easy choice. And the easy choice is almost always the most expensive one. People say they cannot afford a vacation, but they spent $2,000 on food delivery last year without thinking about it once. People say the rent is killing them, but they are paying for 4 streaming services and using 1. People say they want to invest but cannot find the money. The money is already there. It is just going to convenience. This is not about being cheap. It is about being deliberate, knowing exactly what your habits are actually costing you. Here's something even more interesting. Your brain was not built for this much ease. Every time you remove friction, your brain does not get relief. It gets restless, bored, numb. The apps are designed to win this. Every scroll, every one-tap checkout, every autoplay is engineered to remove the pause between wanting and buying. And a restless brain spends. It reaches for stimulation. Another order, another purchase, another subscription. Ease does not just make you soft. It makes you expensive. Your comfort is costing you more than you think. Now here is what the people who are actually ahead are doing differently. They are not making more money. They are just choosing friction in small doses every single day. They cook 4 nights a week and invest the difference. They track what they spend. They wait before they buy. They are not depriving themselves. They are just choosing which version of themselves gets funded. $1,600 invested every year for 10 years is not a delivery habit. It is a down payment. But here is why most people cannot stick to this. They are trying to change outcomes without changing identity. Goals are about outcomes. Identity is about who you have already decided you are. If you do not believe you are someone who is good with money, every temptation becomes a negotiation. And comfort argues well. Identity updates from evidence, from small repeated choices that stack into a picture of who you actually are. Every time you cook instead of ordering, invest instead of spending, you cast a vote for who you are becoming. Stack enough votes and you stop needing motivation. You have identity. And identity does not negotiate with the DoorDash app. The self-trust that comes from making good financial decisions quietly is different from budgeting out of fear. It compounds. You start to feel like someone who is good with money. Not because you told yourself that, because you have evidence. You are not going to be perfect. Some weeks you will overspend. That is fine. The practice is noticing the choice. Because once you see the staircase, you cannot fully unsee it. Most people will read all of this and agree with it completely, and then open a delivery app 20 minutes later. The gap between knowing and doing is where most people live. The few who close that gap are the ones who get ahead. The economy is what it is. Your habits are what you control. And your habits are where everything actually starts. Not a perfect life, not an overnight transformation, just the quiet accumulation of small private choices that add up to someone you actually recognize.